Hi, this is Dan Encell, Berkshire Hathaway. Today is Tuesday, September 1st. Here's what's going on nationwide. Headline: home prices in nearly all metro areas rise in second quarter. So for the second quarter 2015 compared to the second quarter 2014, 93% of the 150-something metro areas across the country, prices rose. So we saw a gain of about a little over 6% in the number of sales nationwide. That increase in sales boosted prices almost 9% nationwide compared to a year ago. So again, not much inventory coming on, pretty good job market, pretty good interest rate, so that's boosted number of sales. Inventory not keeping up with it, so that pushed prices up in the second quarter quite a bit. My expectation is, again, based on what I've been hearing, I would expect the third quarter of this year to flatten out a little bit more. I think the bulk of the activity for 2015 will have been in the first half of the year. So that's what we're seeing nationwide there. The West, slightly ahead of the nation in those figures there. The number of sales climbed 8% compared to 6%. And the increase in prices was about 10%. So again, the West sort of stronger than other parts of the country. Very interesting article, headline on millennials. Millennials are those people aged 18 to 34, and talking about some of the demographics and trends with that group of people, specifically as it impacts their position as home buyers and future home buyers. So the headline: more millennials stuck renting for years before buying homes. In the 70s, the average home owner rented for about 2 years before they bought. The millennials right now are renting for an average of over 6 years before they buy. You're seeing them also sort of delay some other adult characteristics in terms of they're later in getting married. They're later in, significantly in all these categories, significantly later in getting married, significantly later in getting a more permanent job, significantly later in life in having kids. So they seem to be just sort of a delayed generation in terms of, compared to other generations there, and it definitely affects their home ownership and their future home ownership. As a result, the home ownership in the United States right now is about 63%. That's a 48-year low. So again, what was the American dream for baby boomers is not necessarily the same American dream for millennials. So it seems to be a delayed dream. And there's also evidence that people who are the baby boomers are very likely to be sort of bookended on both ends of their living situations, having parents come back and live with them and having children stay longer and live with them. So some interesting demographics out there that we're seeing there. What's going on locally? For August, for the Santa Barbara area as a whole, the number of new listings, 223. That's slightly below what we've been seeing for a number of new listings coming on, but not that significant. Number of sold, 173. It's down from the last couple of years, but again, not that significant. Pending, 166. Again, down. All are down slightly compared to what we've been seeing for August in previous years there, but not that significant. Montecito, similar trend, but a little more pronounced. Number of new listings, 29. That's about a third less of what we've been averaging for August the last several years. We've been averaging more around 45. So again, quite a bit less. The number sold, 20. That also is down about 25% compared to what we've been averaging. Seems like we've been averaging more in the 27 range for the last several years there. Pending, 23. Pretty consistent with last year, but down compared to the last couple of years of Augusts before that there. So again, slightly trending down. Like the rest of the country, I think that our local area experienced the bulk of the growth that they're going to experience for 2015 during the first quarter of the year. It seems to have flattened out into a much more neutral, predictable market going into the third quarter and probably last half of the year. It seems like that trend's going to continue, or it's just going to be a relatively flat market with pretty good balance of supply and demand there. So that's what's going on in the national and local markets.